I'm a one trick pony, guys. I know. Celebrities की बेइज्जती कैसे करते हैं ये आता है मुझे. TikTok review funny. Why is it enjoyable to watch? Because I'm reacting and trying to provide dopamine to an already dopamine bomb. TikTok is meant to be 15 minutes, 15 seconds of really interesting shit. So this is dramatic irony. I learned this while learning screenwriting. Which is the audience knows what's going to happen, right? But the characters don't know what's going to happen to them. It's beautiful. It's fun to watch. So the retention on Pitai review would be really high.
How do you keep your creativity going? Like you have so much creative stuff like everywhere. Like for example, that Pakistani videos that you create on Uber chats. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I cannot stop watching them.
Where
do you get these thoughts from?
I'm obsessed with small feedback loops, and I think everyone should be. I might have long-term projects on the side, or building the DAO is a long-term project, but I can't do that without having short feedback loops. So for me, making sure that I put out a video a week on my YouTube I need to do that. And YouTube is a treadmill, right? Solutions to boredom eventually become boredom. So every 3 months, I need this is how I talk to Revant. I'll be like, देख, पहले वो TikTok वाला review video फटा, ठीक है? उसके बाद अगला सीरीज क्या है जो फटेगा, क्योंकि मैं 5 बनाऊंगा, लोग बोर हो जाएगा, उसका next क्या है? So then I started experimenting. If you notice my YouTube, you will see this.
Yeah.
Okay, then I started experimenting. I was like, what's the next thing? Then I came across this Mummy Papa Pitai review thing. Okay. The core insight here was, dekho, why is TikTok review funny? Why is it enjoyable to watch? Because I'm reacting and trying to provide dopamine to an already dopamine bomb. TikTok is meant to be 15 minutes, 15 seconds of really interesting shit, right? So if I am not boring, at the very least you get is already something that has succeeded. Correct? That was the insight. Then I said, okay, Pitai review is playing on retention, right? Because it all builds up, which is Pitai review. I don't know, Mona, if you know, it's kids pull prank on people,
right?
Youngsters, and they get whacked. So everything is building up to being whacked. What is going to happen in the end, right? So this is dramatic irony. I learned this while learning screenwriting. Because the audience knows what's going to happen, right? But the characters don't know what's going to happen to them. It's beautiful. It's fun to watch. So the retention on Pitai review would be really high, right? Then I was like, okay, this is also done. What's the next thing? So I kept experimenting. If you see, बीच में Tinder chat review किया मैंने ये review किया, वो review किया, कुछ चला नहीं. मैंने Vox Pop review किया, कुछ चला नहीं. Then I stumbled upon Pakistani Uber chat. I was like, this is perfect because I know if this explodes, Pakistani followers will come because that's just how the YouTube algorithm works. And I found Pakistani Uber chat. I said, okay, this is my next thing. And when I did Pakistani Uber chat, I realized that, oh, this is the format. Text showing up, right? So I said, okay, the next step to this is memes, right? First column, second column, third column, punchline. So I started experimenting with that. And now I found the next thing that will explode, which is reviewing the best memes of the week, video memes especially. So now I'm working with someone wrote to me saying he called himself a professional bakchod, I'm a coder and all. So I'm working on a thing which every week scans for the most shared memes on the Indian internet, and that can actually spawn into something, right? This is how people start creating media. Meko kya interesting lagta hai uske bare mein, how do I turn it into a game? I know Web of Cincinnati started that way. He just wanted to grow his LinkedIn, and he figured out hacks to grow his LinkedIn, and now he's selling courses for it, right? Yeah, this is why I think short feedback loops are important, and this is how I end up choosing what is the next thing. Maza aata hai ye karne ko yaar. It's tough. It's like, it's hard to be relevant on YouTube for more than 5 years. It's extremely hard, right?
How do you break out of that creative block, right? So I'm sure there's lots of experiments that in big chunks don't work. Then, like, how do you break out of that?
It's marathon of sprints is how I like to put it, right? It says that every time you start a new sprint, you got to be fresh, and you got to see how you can beat your people. I mean, you'll see YouTube channels, 10 million subscriber hai, par 1 million view aata hai. Right? This is this channel has been around for really long. बहुत time से, और एक time पे उसका engagement ratio was much higher. It was 3 million subs and 1.5 million views, right? It's significantly better. So the longer you last, it's truly the toughest fight for relevance on YouTube. It's incredibly tough, and you gotta evolve. You gotta keep changing. So अभी मैं vlog डालता है, and people are like, I miss the old type of vlogs, and I said, but my numbers now are doing better. So I understand your sentiment. But I got to keep optimizing for this, right? Because if I keep doing this, I won't even realize when it's over. If you are stuck in the same thing. So I'm okay with upsetting some people, saying, "Teko pasand hai, theek hai. Naya kuch try karna. Kya pata kuch naya pasand aa jayega." तेरे को कुछ नया पसंद आ जाएगा, मेरे को 6 और महीने का रेलेवेंस मिलता है उससे, तो समझ नहीं रहा है. This is about my survival. It's not about your income.
Yeah.
It's not about that. So now I've come to Bangalore. My biggest concern is, oh my God, Naveed is not at home. Aishwarya is not going to visit me every week, so I can't cover her and Akash's relationship. You know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do here? How do I find my next thing? So I'm like, okay, I got to find what the next gag is, and the audience has to like it. I mean, everyone's laughing, but these are my real problems, guys. I'm like, how do I turn on?
Dude, how the hell? How you can just keep writing ads as creative as you did for cred, dude. That's a legit creative throughput. I mean, I was shocked. It was amazing. That first ad was just crazy good.
Yeah, it was. I'm a one-trick pony, guys. I know. Celebrities की बेइज्जती कैसे करते हैं, ये आता है मुझे. मेरे को सिर्फ SNL करने को आता है, और कुछ नहीं आता है.
How do you deal with burnouts? You seem to be doing so many things. This is one question from the audience. I'm going to pick a few questions from the audience now.
Yeah, it's a marathon of sprints and not a marathon. That's usually the other famous quote about this is work like a lion, I think by Naval, which is a lion runs, and gathers his food, and then the next, after that, just relaxes, waits, gathers energy to go for the next sprint. You want to eat big, eat heavy, eat well, then you want to relax, and then you want to go hunt again. So I think that's the way to operate even in your career. That's the general way to operate.